Hello guys. So today we are going to continue our social skills lesson on stress. Today we are going to focus on the emotional effects of stress and mindfulness and its effects on dealing with stress. Um, when you are feeling strong emotions, especially the negative ones, there's a good chance that stress is involved. Stress might make you feel depressed or worried. And like we talked about yesterday, it can affect you physically or it can affect your behaviors, perhaps causing sleepiness, nausea, or nail biting. And it can also lead to some harmful behaviors. In your work packet for this week are a list of feelings. So I want you guys to look over that list and think about which ones you have experienced when you are stressed, and I want you to write those words down. So go ahead, take a couple minutes, pause the video, write those words down, and then whenever you are ready to continue, you can unpause the video. Alrighty, so after you wrote down those words, I want you to reflect on what you're seeing. You may have written down just a few feelings, or you might have written down so many that you're overwhelmed just looking at them. So I want you guys to write a few sentences on what thoughts and feelings are coming up for you right now. How does this make you feel to see the words that you have experienced when you're stressed? Is it a lot for you? Is it better than you had thought? So go ahead and write down how you're feeling about that. And then after you're finished answering those questions, I want you guys to focus on the positive part of this and notice all of the feelings from that list that you haven't experienced as a part of stress. You see in your packets that I sent you guys another body diagram, and we're going to talk about emotional pain that stress can cause. So instead of dealing with the emotional part of stress, sometimes it's easy for us to just kind of bottle up our feelings until we explode. And obviously, that isn't an effective way to deal with stress. So, with this diagram, what you guys are going to do is mark the parts on your body where you can feel emotional pain. So, for example, instead of crying, you might have a stomach ache or a headache. Emotional pain eventually finds its way out, even if you are trying to squash it. So if you're just trying to push it down, it's going to come out eventually and you're going to explode. So just kind of like a pot of water, when you're boiling a pot of water, it will eventually boil. And if it's not attended to, it will boil over. And that can happen if we aren't being in tune with how we are feeling. So go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to fill out this body diagram and mark on there where you feel the emotional pain whenever you are stressed. And then in your work packet are some questions you can complete after you're finished with that. And that's all I have for that section for today. So you can go ahead and take a couple minutes and fill out those questions. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to talk about is mindfulness. And mindfulness is a very effective way to handle your stress. Yesterday, we learned what stress is, what are some life stressors that you have, and how your body experiences it, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. The stressors you are experiencing and the stress they are causing are the problems. And one possible solution for changing and taking control of that stress is through learning about and using mindfulness. So, mindfulness is noticing your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations in the present moment. Um, have you ever been in a car and arrived at your destination without noticing how you got there? The answer is probably yes. I feel like we have all done things like that where, you're in the car and you don't even realize that you're there. So, mindfulness is something that allows you to notice your life as it is actually taking place. So, in this case, mindfulness would mean noticing how you got to your destination or realizing that you didn't notice how you got there. Practicing mindfulness will help you to become more aware of how you are doing physically, emotionally, and mentally. You will be able to choose how you want to respond to life situations, and insight into how you are doing can help you make more thoughtful decisions. So, why practice mindfulness? Mindfulness will help you in the here and now. So, mindfulness is going to allow you to be present in the here and now and not worry about anything else. You will be more aware of how you are doing physically, mentally, and emotionally. You will be able to choose how you want to respond to life situations, and it will give you insight into how you are doing, and that insight will help you make more thoughtful decisions. When you are mindful, you are more thoughtful, focused, aware, you're more present, and responsive. Some ways to practice mindfulness are to redirect yourself. So sit in a comfortable position, Place your hand on your stomach. Imagine it as a pink balloon filling up with air. And then emptying as you exhale. This may sound silly, but it gets your brain to refocus on the here and now. Something else you can do to practice mindfulness is refresh. So take 10 big breaths. And for each breath, you want to open your mouth and inhale until your stomach expands, and then exhales. So you're going to and really concentrate on your breathing. And then another way you can practice mindfulness is to refocus. So now that you've stopped the stress response, you are able to come up with a creative solution to the problem you are currently facing. Now, in your email, I sent you guys a mindfulness video that I want you guys to try out. I want you to write down how you are feeling right now before you watch the mindfulness video. And then after you are finished with the video, I want you to tell me how the video made you feel. Um, Usually every Friday we have work meetings. We have meetings at work before you guys get to school. And we do a little mindfulness activity. And honestly, usually when I get to the meeting, I'm feeling a little stressed, just because it's the end of the week and I know that I have things that I need to turn in and things that are due. And when we do that mindfulness activity, for the few minutes that we do it, my mind is clear. I'm thinking, I'm so relaxed. And once I'm finished, it makes me feel so much better about my day. So I think that this is something that'll be really effective for you guys to do. And there are a ton of mindfulness videos and things that you can find on YouTube or just, even Googling different mindfulness activities. So that is all I have for you guys today. So I want you to go ahead and before you watch that video, I want you to write down how you're feeling right now. And then watch that video and then tell me how the video made you feel. Alrighty, guys. So enjoy the video and I will see you tomorrow.